Hey there. Welcome back and thanks for joining me. The supplies are down in the description box, except for the colors I used today, and I have no idea. Um, I had the funniest thing happen to me. I went to go do a picture or something that I have done before, and I couldn't remember how I did it. I had to go watch one of my own videos to remember how to do a picture. So this is a little different. It's close. Now this little blow thingy, yeah, it's it's as awkward to use as it looks. I am like feeling like I might as well be doing this with my left hand. So there is a learning curve on it. It is pretty cool once you get the hang of it, though. I will say, get something like this. I did find some cheaper ones on Amazon for the grandkids because, well, I don't want to share my tools. And so there are some out there. So anyway, this has been fun. I did enjoy this. It's a totally different look than the straw, than a blow dryer, and the airbrush. So other than I feel like a chicken pecking the ground here, it's fun, and I do like the look of it. So yeah, give this a shot. So anyhow, I'm putting down, I put my marker down. And then this is just the straight alcohol I keep using right in the center. And the center is going to get lighter and lighter. And so I'm just blowing out the petals here. I probably should have stopped right there because I did kind of like it. But I got curious to what I could do with adding more colors, more markers, and, you know, to see how this would work. So here when I get finished pecking, now, see, isn't that pretty? I kind of like that. So I decided to take a darker marker. I'm sorry, I've had a weird day, so things are funny. Yeah, I didn't think this was going to match, but it ended up being okay. And then I go through with the alcohol and the thing. Now, something I did learn is, yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird to use. But on this second round, I don't need to put as much alcohol down because I don't want it to go as far out as the first set of petals. I want it to kind of stay in the center. So I've really had to be careful and not add too much. Okay, so I am taking a yellow, and something I almost did was put yellow marker in the middle. Oh no, wait a minute, I did that. I'm telling you, it was a nutty day today. I did so much stuff that it blopped and blooped and terrible, and then I ended up doing about 4 things that I made cards out of. So, I had a kind of successful day, but then on the other hand, I didn't. So, anyway, so here I did actually try the yellow. It didn't really show up. I think something like a purple would have been cool. Possibly even a black. I've done that on red before, using the airbrush, and it was really cool. So try different colors. I think that'd be really neat. I want to do an orange one for some reason. Yep. There I go, trying to figure out what color I'm going to use next. If y'all haven't swatched your alcohol markers yet, go ahead and do that. You will use it. The lids do not necessarily, and most often don't, represent the color that's actually in there. So take your photo paper. Don't do regular paper because it's a different color on that too. Take your photo paper, grit it out, and do your swatches. It's amazing how much I use that. Okay, Here's where I'm dotting the center, and I'm going back and forth between a lighter yellow and a more orangier yellow. And just the more dots I put down, it just kind of forms the little circles. And it really looks neat. It's not overpowering. I didn't want to do my typical real dark center, but I did enjoy this one. You know, I've been doing voiceovers the last few videos, and I do much better, I think, in explaining what I'm trying to do. If I explain while I'm working, I end up stopping mid-sentence and finishing what I'm doing because I can't do two things at once. Here I'm doing the little lines like that are coming out of the center of the flower. Wasn't sure I was going to like that, but I did. I ended up liking that really well. So, yeah, do little fun stuff like that. Put dots on the inside toward the head of the flower. A lot of flowers have the speckles in there, and that would be fun. But I ended up doing these lines, and turned out really well. My whole intention on this was I'm going to cut it in half and make a long card. And I ended up looking at it. Looking at the short card, I think I did the short one first, and then completely changed my mind. But as a tall card, that would have been really cool. So I've cut out a square. It's smaller than my cards that I make, and whenever I do a painting, and you know, realistically, I'm not going to put this on a wall, so I love to make cards, and that's what I do with a lot of my stuff. And I just cut out this viewfinder, and I slide it around until I find what I think would be really neat for a card. But with this one, I wasn't feeling it. And so I've decided, and I saw this on a video, and I thought that is awesome to do. I put black all the way around it. Now I've started out outlining, and if you have that one petal that, you know, just looks kind of goofy on the end, you can cut that out. You don't have to even keep it, just draw it out. And so I finished drawing this out, and ideally what I should have done is, and it doesn't show up on camera, the marker shows up fine, but I think I'm going to have to acrylic. You do acrylic paint on it because the marker's too streaky, and like I say, it doesn't show up on the camera, but if you're looking at it straight on, you can see it. So I'm thinking if I do this for something I do want to keep, that I will do acrylic paint. I think that would work. And I still may do that as a card. I'm loving that flower. It's been a few hours since I did this to when I'm actually doing the voiceover, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of digging that. I kind of want to go back in there and look at it. It's amazing how much better things look a few hours later or even the next day. But I'm going to practice that bulby thing, that blower thing, and I think the one I got was the Tim Holtz blower. But they have other ones on Amazon. If you don't want to get that one, I'm perfectly happy with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. The kids have a blast with it. Just FYI, if you've got little ones that you're introducing to the alcohol inks, they love it. And for the kids, I take the needle nose little bottles, and I put some alcohol in it with some drops of ink and go ahead and dilute it. And it makes it really easy for them to handle because they're only doing the one bottle. All right, we are about done. So I hope this gave you some great ideas, and go out there and have fun.